views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Finally, a light shines on Lyme disease. Limelight Radio with Katina Makris is an inspirational, cutting-edge radio show educating worldwide listeners on a diversity of Lyme disease-related topics. Each week, Katina will interview some of the world's leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential to expand awareness and activate change to eliminate Lyme disease for good. Limelight Radio is a much-needed venue for the USA's #1 fastest-spreading infectious illness. Katina is an award-winning author, a natural healthcare practitioner with over 30 years' experience, and most importantly, a healing force with her own personal Lyme journey. Be part of a movement to help end the suffering and confusion surrounding Lyme disease and begin to take action. Now here's your host, Katina Makris.
Then I go to my brother, and I say, brother, help me please.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Limelight Radio. This is Katina Makris, and we have a fabulous guest with us today who I'm going to introduce to you, Dr. Kelly Heim. He's a PhD, nutritional pharmacologist in research and development. He's a graduate of Dartmouth Medical School, where he studied molecular pharmacology, epigenetics, one of my favorite subjects, and functional genomics. His publications and lectures have highlighted evolving concepts in polyphenol biochemistry, nutritional endocrinology, and nutrigenomics. Those are tongue twisters, and I got them, I think. So Dr. Kelly Heim, he is a wealth of knowledge on a really cutting edge of understanding our body's genetic makeup and the recent technological innovation enabling medical practitioners to make precise dietary guidance and supplement recommendations, all through the topic of how genetic testing can fine-tune a healthy diet and guide nutritional supplement selections. Today, we're going to learn about how some of these tests benefit us, what to expect with them, and examples of how nutritional supplements can actually address some common genetic variations that many of us hold regarding heart health, mood, memory, detoxification, and why some of us fall prey to chronic illness. So, Dr. Heim, welcome today to Limelight Radio. Gosh, okay. So we will get Dr. Kelly Heim with us on board here. Everyone, I apologize. We've had major thunderstorms, and we have an exciting show because of all of this. So, Mark, thank you for troubleshooting here as we get Dr. Kelly with us, Kelly Heim. So, while we're getting Dr. Heim with us, I'd like to say that all of you that have been such devoted listeners to Limelight Radio, many of you understand that chronic disease really revolves around the fact that some of our systems, our bodily systems, are not functioning properly. And for a long time, traditional medicine has really used drugs and pharmacology to more or less try to either palliate symptoms or offset symptoms, or sometimes restore function or replace function, actually. Like a thyroid gland, if it's not functioning properly, they'd give you a synthetic thyroid hormone. Or if you've got diabetes and you're not processing your sugars and glucose properly, they'll give you insulin, which is what our organ would actually make. But what we're learning now through the fascinating world of integrative medicine, functional medicine, and now this cutting edge arena of genetic testing is we're learning actually how to make some of these systemic imbalances be recovered and work better. So I think we've got Dr. Kelly Heim back with us. Are you there, Dr. Heim?
Yes, I'm here, Katina. How are you?
Oh, thank you. It's so great to hear your voice.
It's good to be here.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for joining us on Limelight Radio. You are really in an area that I'm fascinated with. When I was 13 years old, I wanted to become an endocrinologist.
Wonderful.
And went to Duke undergrad. It ended up becoming a homeopath, but I'm so fascinated about all of the genetic testing nowadays and all of the fine-tuned mechanics that you've been researching. So let's get talking here. We've got some great talking points. Tell us first of all, what is personalized nutrition?
Personalized nutrition is a medical model in which diet and specific nutrients in food and in supplements are selected by healthcare providers based on the unique genetic and biochemical features of an individual patient. And testing is really an inherent part of this model because it allows the provider to pinpoint a person's specific needs and really understand the patient on a unique level. And using that information, the practitioner can select the best modalities based on the unique needs of a patient. Genetic testing is playing an increasingly valuable role in objectively determining what makes a patient different from another patient. We all know that you're unique. Everybody is different. No two patients are alike. We've known this all along. And with genetic information, dietary patterns and supplement regimens can be adapted to individual needs thanks to many, many studies that have been really explored this topic and been very informative. So what we're really talking about is nutrigenetics, and that's a kind of a tongue twister of a word, and it's not really important to know that term. What is important to know is that your genetics provides an opportunity for a practitioner to understand you at a deeper level than ever before.
I love it. I so much love it. For so long, traditional medicine has really just seen, oh gosh, thyroid function, your thyroid's not running properly, and then they'd give you a synthetic replacement. Same thing, let's say, with diabetes or, a lot of different chronic diseases. And what I love about this is that we're really getting in there and we're understanding, like you said, what is not running properly, and then how can we use these nutraceuticals to really make our own body do what it needs to do on its natural pathways. Am I correct with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So this fine-tuned. I mean, I've seen it with Lyme disease because as you know, I'm a survivor of chronic Lyme, and even though I was better when some of these newer tests came out, my practitioner said to me, "Hey, Katina, let's run some of these genetic tests on you. I'm curious to see, where you show up on this spectrum." I blessedly didn't have that MTHFR one about the detoxification pathway that doesn't run properly, but I had the double genome. I can't remember what it's called for the infections to take root. So, there's so much that you're learning now, isn't it? Fascinating.
Yeah, it's fascinating and it's exciting because these are all new opportunities to bring a new level of care to patients everywhere that they didn't previously have. And being in the field of nutritional genetics or nutrigenetics, this is great because now we can use things that, people have known about all along, like B12 and folate and other types of supplements that we know are necessary for good health anyway, and they're safe, they're very well tolerated. These are things that offer a different and more effective way and better tolerated approach to a variety of clinical concerns and objectives ranging from detoxification to heart health.
Yeah, so it's really much more fine-tuned. I mean, when I think about it, practitioners for forever, right? They go back practitioners in all kinds of forms, from midwives to herbalists to alchemists to now our modern day doctors. I've always used signs and symptoms as a way to make a diagnosis. And then we've had, laboratory tests and CAT scans and all kinds of different scopes and things in the past, 50, 60 years that have really refined a lot. But now this is even more laser tuned if we can zone in like this. So what are the chances that, any one of us have a variant or mutation gene?
The probability is 100% for everyone who's listening right now, but don't panic. As I mentioned, these are opportunities. They're not necessarily problems. And in fact, a lot of them are, some of them are protective, and they are just giving information to you and your healthcare provider about what's best for you. Mm-hmm. Everyone has at least 10 million, not necessarily mutations, but variations. Mm-hmm. And they can be described very accurately as typos. And let's just go over something that you've probably heard of. Sure. Whether or not you've taken biology or not, you know that genes are the blueprint of life. The human body is composed of trillions of cells, and the cells are the building blocks of the body, and every cell has a very, very long string of something called DNA. Mm-hmm. And that's the code that gives our body instructions on how to function and what your individual requirements on a medical level are. A lot of those are determined by the sequence of that DNA. Mm-hmm. And the sequence forms genes, and we all have about 20,000 genes in the human genome. It's not surprising that typos are going to occur. So one letter often gets switched out to another, and that's called a SNP, or a single nucleotide polymorphism. It's just a simple substitution that changes the code. Sometimes it changes the code in a way that changes the function of a cell, the function of the body even, and can have medical implications. But often there's no effect at all. Okay.
So as you said, of these 20,000, which is phenomenal, we might have one of the little SNPs or variations that might not even really cause symptomology, or does our body just adapt to it?
A lot of times the place where it occurs determines what happens. If the typo occurs in an area that is not within the so-called coding region of the gene, mm-hmm. it's in a non-coding region, or an area that's considered to be junk DNA, believe it or not, that's a medical term, then mm-hmm. it's not going to matter. It's not going to have any impact whatsoever. But if it occurs in the area of the gene that encodes a protein, an enzyme, a neurotransmitter, a neuropeptide, a cell wall, a cell membrane protein, a receptor, then you could have a significant phenotypic or biological effect.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. I mean, I think about so many of the mood disorders that people have, or when you just said the neurotransmitters, I mean, that's a big deal right now in our culture.
Yes, absolutely. Mental health is a concern to such a huge number of individuals. It's a little misleading to look at the statistics. When you talk to doctors on a regular basis, which I do, nearly all of them have traversed mental health in their practice on a regular basis, because whenever physical health becomes an issue, then mental health automatically becomes part of the picture. Maybe not so much in a pathological sense, but it becomes an issue. And the good thing is that the brain is wired in a way that's dependent on a variety of genes that require a very specific biochemical process called methylation. And mm-hmm. methylation is another complicated word, but we've all taken it. Well, we've all been familiar in one way or another with the B vitamins, folate, B12, B6.
Right.
And if you've ever taken any of these supplements, maybe you've wondered, what are they really doing? How do they work? What are they doing after I swallow my B complex? What does it do? Mainly what it does is it helps something happen. It's called methylation, which occurs throughout your body, in your heart, your brain, your neurons, your liver. Just about every cell does this, and it needs it to survive. It helps the methylation process generate neurotransmitters, detoxify things that the body doesn't need, build things that the body needs. It does all kinds of life-sustaining things. And many genetic variations impinge on this process in one way or another. So that changes the way you respond to certain nutrients, and it also increases your certain nutrient requirements. And again, those are chances for you and your healthcare provider to explore dietary supplements.
So, talking about the B vitamins in particular, like you just said, in this methylation pathway, B vitamins are water soluble, correct?
Correct.
And we use them up very readily when we're under stress.
Yes.
So with our fast-paced world nowadays, and also a lot of toxins that we're exposed to in the air we breathe, and in just the cosmetics, and then the foods that have additives, et cetera, in them, do we use up those B vitamins more quickly maybe than our grandparents did?
Yeah, there is some truth to that. Stress does affect the assimilation of certain nutrients. Certain B vitamins are affected by stress. Certain nutrients are affected by mental health status, and some of the things that happen when we're dealing with stress and other life issues affect physiology, and those effects on physiology indirectly affect nutrient needs. The SNPs that commonly occur in the methylation pathway affect at least half of the population.
Wow.
The likelihood that you could benefit from support for methylation through diet and supplements is very, very high. So, this is something that you will certainly benefit from exploring through genetic testing. Right.
So, as you said that, half of the population right there, that's significant that a lot of us have that need. And we're going to be taking a station break shortly, but when I come back, of course, the first thing that's running in my mind is, besides supplements, are there things that we can do with our diet, which I'd like to talk about when we come back. But before that, can I ask you, would our average doctor know how to run these genetic tests, or do you need to see a specialist?
Some providers are familiar with genetic testing and they're well versed in how to do it, and then others are not so well educated on the topic. But you can directly get a genetic test through 23andMe. You can go to 23andme.com and order a salivary genetic test that you can you can receive it, you can mail in a sample, you can get your results. And
that's terrific.
The interpretation of the results is very difficult, though. So that's when you need the help of that's when you need some assistance. But you can do the test very easily.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, let's discuss this more. I'm really excited to learn about this. 23andme.com. I've done it myself, and audience, you've got to learn more about this. And Dr. Kelly Heim is really turning us on here to a topic that is really cutting edge and potentially could help many of you pull out of the dark funnel of chronic disease that you're struggling with and maybe dependent on a lot of medications that you can move away from with the help of supplements and diet. So Dr. Kelly Heim, thank you for joining me, and stay with us. We're going to take a station break, everyone, and then we'll be back live with Limelight Radio. This is Katina Makris. Stay tuned.
Doctor loves quickies.
Mary's about ready to give love the shove, 'cause no matter what she tries, guys don't know that she's alive. To turn guys on, she needs to turn on those green lights, nonverbal cues that say, over here. Most guys won't approach unless they're cleared for landing. So ladies, to kickstart your love life, turn on those green lights and flash your pearly whites. I'm Dr. Jamie Turndorf of AskDrLove.com.
Pure Encapsulations is committed to producing the most complete line of research-based nutritional supplements, from fish oil to probiotics to multivitamins and more. Available through qualified health professionals and community pharmacists, finished products are pure and hypoallergenic to optimize the long-term health of all patients, even the most sensitive. With Pure Encapsulations, you can rest assured that you're getting the purest and highest quality nutritional supplements available. Ask a qualified healthcare practitioner about Pure Encapsulations today and discover why it's the supplement brand of choice for healthcare professionals worldwide. For more information, please visit www.pureencapsulations.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Tune in each Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio to Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. This is an inspirational, cutting-edge radio show educating worldwide listeners on a diversity of Lyme disease-related topics. Each week, Katina will interview some of the world's leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential. For more information, visit limelightradio.com.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fontaine on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Speaker, teacher, channel, clairvoyant, Leslie Fontaine is a transformation catalyst who channels a powerful energy from source to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFontaine.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Top 30 WPLQ.
Hi, everyone. This is Katina Makris, and welcome back to Limelight Radio. Today is a fascinating topic. I'm loving this with Dr. Kelly Heim, looking at genetic SNPs and relationship to chronic illness and some of the variations and mutations that we naturally have in our systems that we inherited, and how we can actually influence and change our health with the use of diet and supplements. And great topic. So where we left off, Kelly, which I want to go back to because you piqued our interest, is that that we can all go to 23andme.com, have a saliva test done, and then we're going to get a report that gives us the analysis of our genetic, as you said, variations or mutations. But then the key is who can interpret these results, because I'm sure they're rather intricate. So let us learn about this.
Well, until recently, the lack of digital resources to translate these test results into clinical decisions has really limited the implementation and the success of personalized nutrition. But now there are new tools that doctors and other healthcare providers can use, specifically puregenomics.com. This is a new web application. It's a website that has a web application that allows physicians and other healthcare providers to upload their patients' 23andMe results. And it translates that data set into specific nutritional supplement recommendations. That is a very, very big advancement in the field of translational nutrigenetics, because it takes the raw data and it comes out with a report of SNPs that are researched, they're relevant, they're responsive to nutritional supplements, so that they're actionable. So if you've ever considered getting a genetic test done, or if you have ever done 23andMe, you'll know that this report is very long, and it's very, very confusing because it's a long text file with 4 columns. You'll see a very long number, a chromosome number, a position number that's 6 figures long, and 2 letters. And that 2 letters is your genotype. What do you do with that? Also, you might know about the MTHFR gene. That's just one of many, many genes that are evaluated. There are at least 55 different types of SNPs within that single gene. So which one should you be looking at? You really don't know. And doctors don't know either. So it takes a lot of time to go through the research literature to determine which SNPs you should be looking at and why they matter and what you can do about them. But puregenomics.com allows the healthcare provider to achieve all of that very accurately within just a few moments. So it is very, very useful. It's very easy. It's extremely valuable.
Wow. So puregenomics.com is actually then for physicians really to almost become self-trained in this analysis.
Absolutely. And there are educational materials that are on the website. The website is useful for patients too. Anyone can go to puregenomics.com and look in the education section, read about methylation, read about the individual genes and the SNPs that affect them, and what vitamin and mineral or nutritional supplement recommendations would go with each SNP. You can do this yourself and just learn about it. And then if your healthcare provider is interested in doing this, it's very simple to set up an account. I will mention that this was co-developed with Pure Encapsulations, and Pure Encapsulations is a manufacturer of hypoallergenic nutritional supplements. Only licensed healthcare professionals may order directly from Pure Encapsulations because we believe that the most important link between the products and consumers is the presence and guidance of a qualified healthcare professional.
Definitely. I adore Pure. I have to say that. My listeners know this because I always say Pure Encapsulation formulas were so intrinsic to my recovery from advanced neurological Lyme disease. And thank you, Pure Encapsulations, for your beautiful products. They have no additives or fillers, and my God, you cover a huge gamut of what can be addressed. As you said, it's so many different levels. So this puregenomics.com, I can't wait to get there myself and learn more. And as you said, patients can actually educate themselves there.
Yes, it's a very useful
Fabulous.
website, and it's always going to be evolving too. You'll see that there are 8 different SNPs that are in the report. And it's great how you can upload 23andMe, just upload the text file, and within just a few minutes get this very simplified report that has the 8 SNPs that you should really care about, that really matter, that affect nutritional needs, that affect health, that have implications in terms of long-term wellness. They are researched, they're relevant, they're responsive, and then a very specific nutritional supplement or supplements will be recommended and aligned easily in the report with whatever SNP the patient has.
This is fascinating. So, as you mentioned, about half of the population has the SNP for the detoxification flaw. Are there other ones that are common?
Yes, there is a growing number of SNPs. The research is very rapidly uncovering SNPs that affect things like vitamin D absorption, beta-carotene activation to vitamin A. These are SNPs that will be added eventually in the near future to the Pure Genomics platform. And in pace with the new discoveries, the list of SNPs that will be evaluated in the report will grow, so that the doctor doesn't have to feel like he or she really needs to be completely on the cutting edge of the literature and the medical research, because that's already done for them.
Mm-hmm. And, my mind's jumping ahead because I think of these, conditions like Parkinson's and, some serious illnesses that people have, like Crohn's disease and, much more, involved autoimmune disorders that have, spiked like dramatically in the past 40, 50 years. Is it, sometimes people just think, oh, when they get Parkinson's or they get one of these, serious illnesses that they're just stuck for life with it. Is it possible that these genetic SNPs are linked to them?
Well, like I said, there are many SNPs. There are about 10 or 12 million, and a lot of them do not have known clinical relevance, but there has been an estimate of approximately 8,000 that are very likely to have medical relevance. So until more research is conducted, we won't know exactly what SNPs will affect the conditions that you just described. But the answers, a lot of answers to medical questions are in the 23andMe report. We just don't know how to decode them yet. But since this field is unraveling at a very rapid pace, the knowledge of nutrigenetics is increasing exponentially, and experts anticipate that genotyping for SNPs, many SNPs affecting diet and health, will become widespread and routine. We will have a much greater capability in 5 to 10 years than we ever imagined, because these points of information that we never knew about will suddenly be in the chart of the patient.
Yeah, it's so promising because we could, at age 25 and 35, while we're still very healthy and making new cells at rapid rates, while our bodies are still very vital, and unlike in our 50s and 60s where we don't regenerate as quickly, if we have this 23andMe kind of information when we're young and we're taking care of ourselves nutritionally at a youthful age or even at middle age, I'm imagining that a lot of serious illnesses or compromised states can be prevented or certainly deterred.
Good nutrition is the best way to optimize your chances of living a long and healthy life, and that's something that's undisputable. What this area of nutrition allows you and your provider to work with is bringing that to a new level of precision. Your diet and your supplement selection will be more precise so that you will be even more on top of it than you ever thought you could be. So you will be more confident in the supplements that you will be taking, because you'll know that you and your doctor both agree, you saw the report, you read the results, that this is the right product for you.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Wow. Well, listen, we've got a station break coming here, Kelly. When we come back, we're going to dive more into this because it's just absolutely sterling great news here. So everyone, this is Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
My dream is to end homelessness.
My passion is living a green life.
My dream is to end poverty.
My passion is volunteering.
My passion is making a difference.
My dream is to cure Lyme disease.
My passion is rebuilding communities.
My passion is helping those in need.
My passion is caring for the elderly.
My dream is to find a cure for cancer.
My dream is to leave a better world for my children.
We all have that special passion, that lifelong dream that drives us to live our lives with meaning and to create a better world. No matter what drives you, we can all make an impact. Dr. Pat Basili is helping others make their dreams come true, so we can all help make our world a better world.
To learn more about how Dr. Pat is building a community of sharing hope, strength, funds, knowledge, and information, visit abetterworldcrowdfunding.com today. That's abetterworldcrowdfunding.com.
Encapsulations is committed to producing the most complete line of research-based nutritional supplements, from fish oil to probiotics to multivitamins and more. Available through qualified health professionals and community pharmacists, finished products are pure and hypoallergenic to optimize the long-term health of all patients, even the most sensitive. With Pure Encapsulations, you can rest assured that you're getting the purest and highest quality nutritional supplements available. Ask a qualified healthcare practitioner about Pure Encapsulations today and discover why it's the supplement brand of choice for healthcare professionals worldwide. For more information, please visit www.pureencapsulations.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthisfunny.com.
Tune in each Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio to Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. This is an inspirational, cutting-edge radio show educating worldwide listeners on a diversity of Lyme disease-related topics. Each week, Katina will interview some of the world's leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential. For more information, visit limelightradio.com.
1230 WPLQ.
Welcome back to Limelight Radio, everyone. Also, special thanks to my producer today, Mark, who is filling in for my normal producer, Brian. Mark, thank you. You've been doing a great job for us. So, audience, we are having a fascinating discussion today with Dr. Mark Hyman, and I am just loving this. Mark, I have to say, like I said to you on the station break, you must just be like totally stoked about your job. Like every day it's so exciting. My God, the stuff you're unearthing.
Well, I would love to be here with Mark, but Mark is not with me. I'm Kelly, but that's
Kelly,
fine.
I'm sorry. Did I say
am
Mark?
Flattered.
I'm sorry, Kelly. Sorry. I'm sorry. I got everyone saying that. Kelly, you must be totally psyched about your job every day because you're just so much cutting edge discoveries.
We're really just getting started too. That's the best part. We're just getting started in bringing really valuable information about SNPs and other types of variations to healthcare providers if they can do something about them.
That's so wonderful. And, let's get into the topic that we touched upon a little bit earlier. Like you said, good nutrition is really the greatest resource to keeping us healthy and well so we don't get disease. So could you help us understand about our food and how they interact with our genes and vice versa?
We hear the word gene and DNA, and many of us envision this roadmap and this blueprint of our bodies and that dictate our individual fates. But in reality, genes are highly dynamic, and many of them have on-off switches that respond to the environment, to exercise, to diet. And a gene can be switched off, it can be switched on, and you can think of a gene as being unchangeable, and that's true. You can't change the way the gene is sequenced. You can't change the order of the letters in a gene. That sequence is always going to be there. But there are a couple things you can do. So food interacts with genes, and genes interact with food by affecting nutrient needs and responses. So let's talk about the first one, food interacting with our genes. This is called nutrigenomics. What you eat changes the expression of a gene. Think of a gene as a sheet of music, for example, and it's not really doing anything until it's played. And when it's played into a song, it's expressed. It's executing a function. So a gene is the same thing. It's this instruction manual that's not doing a single thing until it gets expressed, and your environment and your diet can affect the expression. And let's look at the other direction, the vice versa, genes affecting food. So genes affect nutrient needs. The effect of genes on how we absorb and utilize different vitamins and minerals. There are very clear opportunities here. Your genetics affect nutrient requirements. Many SNPs affect nutrient needs. The one-size-fits-all vitamin and mineral recommendations that we all are familiar with, the RDAs, don't take into account the fact that you are a unique person, a unique individual. Appetite, taste, nutrient utilization, sensitivities, all of these are dictated by genes, and that's called nutrigenetics, like we did mention, but the terms aren't important. The fact is that you can take action to achieve better health using this information.
Yeah, that's fascinating. And, I'm thinking that trace minerals must be a big player here since our soils have gotten so leached and our food chain has gotten so altered over the decades. It just pops into my mind that trace minerals obviously must be a big factor for a lot of us.
Yeah, there is a lot of depletion of nutrients from the soil and the plants that grow in that soil that would normally appropriate those nutrients. Obviously, don't have the essential vitamins and minerals that we need for methylation, for proper neurotransmission, and the food supply has changed just so dramatically in so many ways over the last couple of decades that the need for supplementation is pretty clear to a lot of healthcare providers, but their questions persist in that they're not sure what the dose would be. They're not sure what form of B12 is best. There are different forms of folate. There's folic acid, which is synthetic, and it doesn't work with patients with a very common polymorphism in the MTHFR gene. So the enlightenment of healthcare providers is part of puregenomics.com so that they can have a very simple resource and a very accurate and trustworthy research-based resource to go to if they do have questions on which SNPs to be concerned with, how to interpret the results, and what actions to take.
I love this. So I want every doctor to learn about puregenomics.com. Do you do conferences or trainings around the country so that they can learn?
We have just begun to educate using a number of different media, like a webinar we gave very recently. And, we have some information on the website that is just very, very user-friendly. So, we have a video, for example. If you have questions, if you're a patient, and you could just go to the site and click I'm a patient and then read what the steps are. And if you're a provider, it's very user-friendly. And as I mentioned, it's going to evolve with new discoveries, and the new SNPs will be added to the analysis so that the report will become longer and more comprehensive.
So do you feel, Kelly, that that patients actually, with the help of practitioners that become educated, that patients actually will start to have more self-control over their own health, like growing their own vegetables and getting on the right supplements and changing their diets and away from certain food groups?
Yeah, there are studies that are very recent that are showing that if you really trust your doctor or your healthcare provider, and he or she is giving you recommendations based on a solid understanding of what makes you different from everyone else, what makes you unique, you're special, you're an individual, you're more likely to follow the advice and make just overall healthy lifestyle choices. And that makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't we? I know that if my physician really understood what makes me tick, I would feel much more comfortable in following whatever those recommendations would be. It just makes more sense because these are objective pieces of information. Your genetics are just some of the most objective pieces of data a doctor could ever get. So there's really no disputing, how accurate this data set is. With pure genomics, it translates that objective data into evidence-based recommendations.
It's fabulous. I mean, I remember learning, that I had the genome for the mitochondria to dysregulate. And, ever since my practitioner figured that out and I got on my pure encapsulation formula for mitochondria ATP, it really, in a matter of maybe 6 weeks, my whole level of health changed dramatically. So I'm a living example of this model that you're talking about. So I love it. Thank you for coming and joining us on air today, Kelly, and explaining so much. Would you come back again for another visit?
I would be happy to. Thanks for this opportunity. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, yes, you're wonderful. You're so articulate and you're so knowledgeable, and I feel like there's even more that you could educate us with, and I know our audience has loved it. So thank you, audience. Please visit limelightradio.com. Go to the radio link and scroll down to archives, and this show will be up available on archive as tomorrow, and you can share it with all your friends. We're also archived forever at iTunes. Just put in Limelight Radio and you can find this beautiful interview with Kelly Heim. Thank you, Kelly. It's been a joy to have you on air with me today, and I look forward to your future visit and for all the great good works that Pure Encapsulations is doing. And we now have learned so much puregenome.com. Tell your doctors, everybody, you've got to get there. Thank you, Kelly.
Puregenomics.com. Thank you,
my gosh,
Katina.
thank you. It's been a great honor. Goodbye, everyone. This is Limelight Radio with Katina Makris.
Beyond the sky.
You've been listening to Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. Tune in each Wednesday at 1 Pacific Time, 4 Eastern Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Get ready for some of the most provocative conversation with leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential. If you've missed any part of this hit radio show, visit LimelighTradio.com. That's LimelighTradio.com. We'll see you next week on Limelight Radio with Katina Makris.
Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please.
Enlightening, humorous, and compassionate. Listen live to The Kelly Ballard Show, insight and inspiration from the great beyond. Kelly is a fourth-generation medium and intuitive who covers topics ranging from grief, spirit guides, and listening to your intuition. Kelly can help you get answers and guidance from the other side with a little bit of humor and a lot of healing. Tune in to The Kelly Ballard Show, Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Time here on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
My dream is to end homelessness.
My passion is living a green life.
My dream is to end poverty.
My passion is volunteering.
My passion is making a difference.
My dream is to cure Lyme disease.
My passion is rebuilding communities.
My passion is helping those in need.
My passion is caring for the elderly.
My dream is to find a cure for cancer.
My dream is to leave a better world for my children.
We all have that special passion, that lifelong dream that drives us to live our lives with meaning and to create a better world. No matter what drives you, we can all make an impact. Dr. Pat Basili is helping others make their dreams come true, so we can all help make our world a better world.
To learn more about how Dr. Pat is building a community of sharing hope, strength, funds, knowledge, and information, visit abetterworldcrowdfunding.com today. That's abetterworldcrowdfunding.com.
Are you feeling stressed, in pain, disconnected, worried about aging? Corrective alignment and integration therapy restores health. Move your body, which frees your mind and elevates your spirit. Bodywise Bodywork LLC provides the tools you need to create the change you've been waiting for. Start living a fully present and integrated life. Book your 15-minute consultation online at www.bodywisebodywork.com. Bodywise Bodywork LLC, because it's the only body you've got.
Hi, I'm Leslie Fontaine with Sheer Alchemy on Transformation Talk Radio, and here's your tip of the day. Standing in your power should be the greatest thing in the world. Why isn't it? When I ask you to bring an intention you have up before you, something so true and important to you, and you begin to shift toward it, you suddenly realize you're opening your heart and energy in a direction and turning your back on something else. They can be past choices, people, and circumstances you've tolerated for a very long time. In that moment, you do realize how truly powerful you are and that you can do this. But you also realize you might risk something you're not certain you're ready to let go of. Let's give ourselves the gift of our own power. Let's learn to not be afraid of it. Join me on my new show, Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fontaine, and visit me at lesliefontaine.com or call 678-665-3366.
Clairvoyance, a gift few have. And even fewer match the powers of one of America's best. Dr. Linda Salvin. Dr. Linda's uncanny ability drills to the core of your issues to bring you quick and accurate answers and predictions. In more than 2 decades, Dr. Linda has helped over 75,000 people. On national radio, by phone, in person. When you need answers, Dr. Linda makes it clear. Book your time with this legendary seer now. Click on lindasalvin.com or call 888-509-1077.
Introducing the Lucid Planet, a digital gathering place featuring cutting-edge, high-vibrational content that will empower and inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. Visit the Lucid Planet today to stimulate your mind, body, and soul as you connect with a global community of like-minded people. The Lucid Planet is edited by renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly Neff, who is here to help you cope with anxiety, connect to your higher purpose, uncover your true passions, and live your dreams. Dr. Kelly's fresh, compassionate perspective emphasizes growth, transformation, healing, and thriving. Even in the face of adversity, say goodbye to bad news and low vibrational media for good and become part of the larger collective of people working together to navigate the global shift of consciousness and transform the world from within. Join the planet, the Lucid Planet. Visit thelucidplanet.com. Welcome home.
Do you want the freedom to spend more time with your loved ones? Travel the world? Live spontaneously? Get ready, because the Chip Justice Show is here. Hosts Dr. Pat Basile and Chip Justice can help you build meaningful success while embracing life. Living a life you love is the end game in this new, inspirational, and empowering show. Positive changes for a life you'll love. Tune in every month on TransformationTalkRadio.com and visit PositiveChangeInstitute.co for more information.
A rare and unique opportunity for listeners of the Dr. Pat Show. And get into it, winning at the game of life with Lynn Brown. Lynn is looking for a special in-studio guest to receive live on-air energy tools that you can use every day. Join Lynn as she takes you and the listeners on a journey to cleanse your energy. If you are interested in learning about your intuitive nature, how to cleanse your energy, want to create new levels of clarity and ease in your life, have not received training of psychic or energy tools previously, and are at least 30 years old, Lynn wants to help you. If you're ready to get into it and join Lynn for a powerful hour of amazing live training, email Lynn at ruintuit.com. That's letter R, letter U, intuit.com.
Are you feeling broken from your relationships? Are you second-guessing yourself about friends, family, and lovers? Tune into the hit show that's creating a buzz in the love-seeking community. Love Seeker Radio, finding love for your authentic self with renowned love coach Heather Lynn. Tired of dissatisfying relationships? Kiss them goodbye and power up your love seeker energy. Coach Heather Lynn reminds you that you can just be you, the beautiful and perfect you. Visit heatherlynncoaching.com to learn more. Pure Encapsulations is committed to producing the most complete line of research-based nutritional supplements, from fish oil to probiotics to multivitamins and more. Available through qualified health professionals and community pharmacists, finished products are pure and hypoallergenic to optimize the long-term health of all patients, even the most sensitive. With Pure Encapsulations, you can rest assured that you're getting the purest and highest quality nutritional supplements available. Ask a qualified healthcare practitioner about Pure Encapsulations today and discover why it's the supplement brand of choice for healthcare professionals worldwide. For more information, please visit www.pureencapsulations.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Each month, listen to Live More Radio with co-host Allie Katz. Join Allie and Dr. Pat as Allie introduces new ways to bring balance back to your life through meditation, sleep, and exercise techniques so you can live your truly authentic life. Stress less, live more. To learn more about Allie, visit atozenmeditation.com.